Hi, so today I'm going to be preparing a pot roast because my significant other wanted to eat a pot roast, and he didn't know how to ask me to cook it for him, but I don't know what he threw a little hint, like talking about when I get off from work, I'm gonna cook that pot roast, not all of it, half of it, if I'm not too tired. See how my significant other wanted half of that roast cook, so I'm basically going to cut that in half and put the rest up. So I'm going to gather all my ingredients to prepare the roast. I'm going to grab a bag of onion, which I'm going to use one whole onion because that's all you really need. Cutting board, the utensils such as a knife and stuff like that. A plate. Well, the plate to put the onion in once I cut it up, and other ingredients to preparating, and make sure I get my seasoning and stuff like that. Okay, so we're gonna come back. So I got just about everything I need. So basically now it's time to cut the roast in the middle, and it's gonna be a little warnings for everybody else. Yes, the blood is going to spill on the zinc, but I'm going to pause it when I clean it up. So I'm gonna cut this in the middle. I don't think it's gonna be perfect, but I did my best. What really matter is when you're doing something like this, you put in the effort to try to show, compassion to someone that you care about. And, it's a start. Even if when you're in a relationship with someone, things may not be the way you expected, but you try. Like I say, if y'all might not know the story, I didn't have a strong relationship with him, but he took me in when I was facing something in my life, and he had to do what he had to do, but he did what he did. So now I'm going to clean that mess up. Now that I cleaned the mess up, I'm going to use the bigger side. I'm going to pour out the blood and stuff like that. And you want to get your lemon. Like, everybody got different preference. You can use vinegar to clean your meat. You can use whatever. Some people be like, you don't have to wash your meat, baby. Where I come from, baby, we clean everything, sanitize everything. So I'm going to go get me a lemon in a few minutes, and I'm going to clean it. I just want to remove some of the blood off of it. Okay. So I did that. I'm going to get my lemon. Okay, I had to mute it so that way y'all don't hear too much, me talking too much. So I cut the lemon in half, and I'm basically just going to scrub it good to remove, if you got any parasites and stuff like that. Scrub it good to keep it clean and stuff like that. Because, sometimes meat does have parasites in it. And if it has some, it will start coming out the moment the lemon basically touch it. So far I didn't have none. I was really impressed, but you can see I'm trying to get all the juices out of it, Rinse it a little bit more. And then I'm going to get my seasonings, okay? Which would be onion powder. Get some mixed Italian herbs and garlic. I don't see no black pepper, but I'm gonna do what I can. I don't see no more sloppy mama. The other seasoned salt that he used, I don't use that. That shit too salty. Okay. Make sure I get the flour out, and then we get a little bit of cooking oil, so I should be able to make my root. Okay, so I'm going to season, and y'all can't even see that, bro. That's the bad part is maybe if I switch it over right here so y'all can see. Y'all can't even see that. Maybe if I switch it over like that. Y'all should be able, nope, you can't see the meat. Like that. Some OS season, but I'm going to season this front to back. Okay. And your season should be coated. Okay. Up this lollipop. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to come over here, the pot. Which I'm going to bring you around here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to come back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some coconut oil. And I'm gonna pour enough coconut oil into the pan, like so. Enough just to fill the bottom up, right? And what you want to do, you want to fry this roast, okay? Because you want all the seasonings to get, so it'll be like just a layer at the bottom, okay? A layer of grease. And I'm going to put this stove-on. I hate being in there, really. So you can see what I'm doing. See, I put oil in here. It's enough to cover the bottom. I put my fan on. And then I'm going to put this on a medium. Enough so my grease can get hot so I can put the rolls in there. And we're gonna fry that and I'm gonna come back. And while my grease is getting hot, I'm going to cut up this onion, okay? Go ahead and fry this roast down. Till it get brown on one side. Put this fan on. So I cut up my onion. It's right here. So what you want to do, you want to fry your roast on both sides. Enough for it to cook. You know, get a little color or whatever. I mean, you could choose to burn it a little bit to give it a little flavor, or just a little light cook. But y'all gonna see me poking holes in it so it can cook through, like the juices to flow inside. You want to know why I keep poking it. And as I flip it over, I know that side not done, but I'm gonna flip that one back over. Just enough. See. Then I'm going to put in my holy trinity, which is onion. And I ain't got no bell pepper. But you see that gravy? We're going to use all that. See all that brown stuff at the bottom? We're going to scrape all that. That's flavor. Now I'm just measurement, okay? We're gonna add flour. My daddy keep his flour in a crawfish container. So we're gonna add a little flour to it. And we're gonna keep that right there open, you heard me? We're gonna keep that and we're gonna stir that. Because he a gravy man. He a gravy man, baby. He like his gravy thick, like his woman. Let me stop playing, but yeah, he do like his woman thick. And then I feel like that's not enough, baby, so we're gonna add a little bit more. Well, I put a little bit too much, but it's okay. It's alright. I got it. gonna stir that down a little bit. And if it get out of a little shape, okay, baby, that's when you add a little water to it. Give me a minute. So I add a little water to it to try to get that gravy. See, that's that root. So when you got a little boo-boo and you feel like your gravy you're messing up, add some butter. That butter gonna make it bounce back. Add some butter. Okay, because I feel like, bitch, I ain't. Baby, there ain't nothing with a little butter can't fix. See, when I added that water, it had that mud turn into bread. Baby, we don't want that. Okay, so that's my root. I want it a little bit darker. A little bit darker, baby. A little bit darker. That's that root right there. Don't need to add no seasoning. All that. Yeah, baby, I need that to be darker. Y'all, I don't know what happened to my other footage, but I added some water to the broth and I stir it up until it looked like this. And I put my pot roast and cut up some potatoes and I put it in there. I'm glad I had the picture. And then I'm going to put it into the oven to bake, I think, by 350. Okay. I had my pot roast cooking in the thing for about 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm about to open it up and check it. Then I had the rice cooking in the rice pot. You know, pretty simple. Give me a minute. Baby, look at that pot roast. Ah, bitch, what you talking about? Look at that pot roast. Look at that. Look at that. Tender. But I think I'm gonna let it cook some more. Look at that. Look at that gravy. My oven has went off because I let it cook for 2 hours. And in 30 minutes, the timer is finished, as you can see. It's off. And we're gonna check our roast. So we're about to check our roast and see how it looks. I'm gonna smoke the second gonna go off. And that's the final results. And this the final look.